Hello, today is 12/16 of 25, and I am here with a video of what I eat in a day on my keto journey. If you're new here, my name is Christy. I changed my diet to a high protein, moderate fat, low carb diet in April of 2024. It is currently 11 a.m., and I have made myself some coffee. So I made it using 1 cup of Fairlife whole milk, a serving of collagen peptides, and a serving of whey isolate protein powder. And then I also made my lunch. So I have here some shrimp that I cooked up and seasoned with salt, pepper, onion powder, and garlic powder. And then I topped it with a bit of Asiago cheese that I had left over. So now that's gone. So I'm happy for that. After I had my breakfast, I was still kind of hungry, and I did wait about an hour just to see if I was still really hungry or if it was just like my brain hadn't quite caught up. And I was still hungry. So I had a donut. This is from Conscious Comforts, which is a local bakery in my area that makes gluten free, sugar free donuts. In this donut, this is a carrot donut. So there's almond flour, coconut flour, vanilla protein powder, monk fruit sweetener, baking soda, baking powder, vanilla, carrots, olive oil, almond milk, egg replacer, pumpkin pie spice, tofu cream cheese, and then pecans on top, which I actually don't eat the pecans. So really nice, clean ingredients, and they're just such a nice thing to be able to have. It is currently 2:40, and I am making our second meal of the day. Just kind of throwing together something that's kind of like in my head for a quick meal. I am making teriyaki chicken. So I have about a pound and a half of chicken here, chicken breast, that I diced up. And then I sprinkled on about a quarter teaspoon of pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder, and then a half teaspoon of salt. And I'm just going to get these kind of like tossed together so that those seasonings get all over. And I'm going to put them into my pressure cooker pot. I plan to make this in my pressure cooker because it's going to be really fast to do it that way. Like it'll take like 9 minutes for it to cook. But I just kind of want to make sure that I'm getting the seasoning all over my chicken first. And then just into my pot. And I'm not really sure how this is going to work because usually you need like more liquid in order to get the pressure cooker up to temp. But I don't want it to be like really soupy either. So I'm going to try and like put in as little liquid as possible and have it still work. Okay, so I have that in there. And then I've got this G Hughes sugar-free teriyaki marinade. I'm going to I'm just going to pour in like half the bottle, which is what I have left over is about half a bottle. And that's also why I'm using my small pressure cooker. I have a small one and a big one. The small one is usually what I take with me when I go camping, but we take it out during the winter. It's because it'll be easier to get up to temp with like little or a smaller amount of food in there. And I think I'm just going to add like maybe a quarter cup of broth, and hopefully that will work out. I've got some frozen green beans. Gonna toss those in. Along with some edamame that I kind of have left over in the freezer and I kind of want to get used up. So I'm going to get this on, cook it at high pressure for 9 minutes, and hopefully it turns out well. I think I will give it a stir though. My dish is done. I'm gonna give it a try. I did sprinkle some sliced up green onion that I had left over and a half tablespoon of sesame seeds on top. It's okay. There's just not much flavor from the teriyaki, so it really just tastes like the chicken and like the seasonings that I put on the chicken. So it's not bad. And you just get a little bit of like teriyaki flavor, but it's like so very light. So I'm not sure that this was really successful. I feel like I wish I had like a thicker sauce that I could like put on top, which I know there is one. I know G Hughes does make it's like a sesame teriyaki sauce that is thicker. I think that would be better in this. Um, and maybe just cook it like without the marinade, just cook it with some broth or whatever and have it the way it is and then put that sauce on top, I think maybe. It's not bad. I'll eat it. It doesn't have as much flavor as I expected it to have. It is 5:30 and I am short on my protein today, so I have made myself a protein drink. I used a half cup of Fairlife whole milk, a cup of water, a quarter teaspoon of salt, and then this Fit Crunch Chocolate Deluxe protein powder. It is delicious as hot cocoa. A serving of that. I'll actually be over my protein today because of that. And then I'm also going to have four of my Chalk Zero butter cookies that my daughter got for me for my birthday. I ended up with about 1,400 calories. My protein is 195, my net carbs are 29, and my fat is 53. So my caloric deficit today is higher than I like it to be, but we are going to a family Christmas celebration on Saturday, and so I'm not too worried about it. I know that I will eat a bit more there. We have a cooking competition, and I feel like I can't really judge the food unless I try a bite of each item, which is usually I just have a bite and it's not a big deal. And yes, there is sugar in some of the things, but like it doesn't throw me way off. It's not like I end up then just eating a ton or anything. I just have small bites of each thing so that I can judge it. But that does mean that I'm probably going to be eating more than I usually do. So I'm okay with a higher deficit today. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow.